Corn Pie in the red. 22 years of age, 174 centimeters tall with an official weight of 135 pounds. And who pride themselves on 100% Muay Thai, but really here we are witnessing 100% pure stadium-style Muay Thai. Here we are in center ring for round one.
Thank you everyone for joining us so far for the second fight of the afternoon. In the red corner we have Phai, and in the blue corner we have Ruay Ching. And a nice right hand already landed by Ruay Ching. And like we said, Joe, the first 2 rounds of these 5-round fights tend to be quite slow. They tend to download the information and wait for those later rounds to use what they've learned. Both fighters in the clinch already.
And I think what we can expect here is Ruay Ching to throw the heavy hands early on, go for the front leg of Phai to puncture the tie there as well. Nice dictation of the distance there. Distance managed from Phai, throwing the long teep out. Very underrated strategy, in my opinion. Actually, that strategy taught to me by the lanky Andrew Barnum.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're a taller opponent, naturally you should be using that teep to your advantage. You want to keep the shorter, explosive fighter away from you as long as possible. But notice with Phai, when he throws that teep, he's throwing it to the hips of Ruay Ching. So really, the psychological warfare is your hips are going to feel hurt and you're not going to want to march forward as much. So very nicely done by Phai. Ruay Ching looks like he's just struggling right now to try and find the range.
I mean, that really shows his experience. When you start teeping right at the belly button, it's a really annoying spot to be teeped or hit into the body. You know, it really punctures your gas tank a lot, and it's quite painful to get right there, the toes right inside your belly button, especially if you're an innie and not an outie.
Yeah, that is one of the main things. And for those wondering what Joe meant there, he said belly button. Not a baton. A belly baton is something else. But yeah, absolutely. Phai using that teep to the belly button very, very well. And we see it there. Less than a minute to go of round number 1. So one thing I'm liking so far is these opening rounds are very explosive. And you saw the teep attempted to the chin by Phai as well. But Ruay Ching, very intelligent, got out of the way with that.
Well, he's definitely got some resilience behind that chin, because a big teep to the chin like that would be enough to rock anybody. So here we are, just a little bit of a stalemate in the first round. Just feeling each other as out a little bit here. Oh, a nice little leg kick block there from Phai.
Both fighters here timing each other beautifully. Phai, to me, has had more success in this first round, but a big right hand landed upstairs already in the late seconds of round number 1, and both fighters in the clinch. The referee dramatically breaks them apart. What an explosive end to the first round. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got 4 more rounds coming up.
Phai, the long and lengthy man in the red shorts, taking on the illustrated man in the blue shorts. Here we are for round 2.
A great dissection of what we've just seen so far, and a beautiful right hand followed up by a knee by Phai. Both fighters going for it in the center of the ring, which is interesting because Phai does not need to be in central ring right now. I'd like to see him just stay on that back foot, but it looks like Ruay Ching doesn't need to find his range if Phai comes forward. And a right hand upstairs by Phai. And Joe, when someone's very long and lengthy like Phai, when he connects with that whipping right hand, it'll land a lot harder than the average punch because of all that length.
Yeah, he's got a lot of leverage behind it, that's for sure. But I'd like to see him get out of the pocket right now and drive the knees through. You know, often these long and lengthy fighters will be knee fighters, but he's playing the outside game reasonably well for a very long fighter here, utilizing that left kick well. But Ruay Ching bringing it back to him, pretty typical short, stocky style, using the hands to his advantage, trying to take out the front leg. Now we're inside the clinch as our referee breaks them apart.
Beautiful right stabbing knee to the ribcage by Phai once again. Both fighters in the clinch, but Korpai gets his hands round the neck of Ruay Ching, but does not send the knees into the sternum like I would expect him to do, especially for a longer fighter. He's got the teep game down, he's got the head kick down, but he's not doing the clinch work like I assumed he would.
Well, he's just trying to get that plumb position, and that's when you put both hands behind the head and drag it down. Oh, beautiful short elbow there from Korpai.
And we see the blood underneath the left eye of Ruay Ching, so I don't think it's going to affect his vision, but definitely that blood's going to be playing into your mind. There we're seeing the knees in the clinch, and Korpai sending those elbows to the cheekbones of Ruay Ching now.
And you can see Ruay Ching really trying to hunt for the knockout there with those big swinging hooks from the outside. Korpai doing a reasonable job of trying to shut him down. What a vicious elbow straight through the middle, sending it through, knocking Ruay Ching down. Oh my God, Jimmy, I did not see that happening.
Oh my goodness. And Joe, the reason we didn't see it coming is because everybody thought Korpai was going to go in there with the knee strategy, but instead he went with the elbows. He landed a beautiful, it looked like an upwards elbow, and it just cleaned out his opponent. Wow, what a knockout, and he just went back. He was out before he hit the canvas. What a shot.
That is all she wrote, folks.